This guitar was brought to me for a little bit of work. It is a Guild, and it's from the early 70s. It's a D40. She wants to sell it, but can't sell it in this condition. It won't even play. The action's really high, the frets are low, especially the first 4 or 5 frets being really worn out. And you can see that the neck angle is the reason that the action is high. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple little hacks I did to give this guitar a new lease on life. So stick around. So it's strung up and the action is high, but the deflection really didn't change at all. The top is perfectly flat. It's not bellying pretty much whatsoever. It's nice and flat. So really, let's measure the height of the action so we can see how much we need to take off the top of this bridge. Not incredibly bad. It's about 7/64. The saddle, really don't want to lower it much more than it already is. It's only 2/32. We have to come down a 32nd to get it to be about where the bass side needs to be. Probably 2/32. So I think we're going to take about 1 millimeter off the top of this bridge. So with the bridge lower, I lost the countersinks on these pinholes, so I'll put those back with this little tool I found in Vermont over the summer. Let's see how the saddle fits in here. Okay, now we have some room to adjust that saddle height. So now the action's nice. It's about 4/64 and 5/64 on the low. But looking at this break angle over the saddle, there's hardly any. But I do want to probably bring those string ramps a little closer to the saddle, which will help. Let me go ahead and do that. And then next is these frets, because they ain't working so good right now. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now the break angle seems a little bit better. It's not great, but it did get it a little bit better, especially on those higher strings. So now let's see what we got to do about the frets. That's sticking out really far. Let me clean these up and see if they're even seated properly and leveled without replacing them. Okay, I'm kind of thinking these frets are just hammered. I don't think there's any saving these. I have some fret wire. I think I'm going to replace them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go ahead and remove them and replace them. I think that's going to be the best solution for this guitar. All right, let's get some fret work going. I got those 4 to replace, and I got to add this one. I'll start by scoring with a razor blade on either side of the fret. Just helps to minimize some of the chip out that might happen. And then I'll heat them up with a soldering iron and pull them out. They come out pretty easily. For the fret ends, to get this bevel on here, that takes me to the sponsor of this video, which is Guyker. And they reached out to me with this fret beveling file. But the thing about Guyker that seems to be a little bit different, if you go to their website, not only do they carry pretty much everything for building and accessorizing guitars. I mean, they have pickups, bridges, tuning machines, electronics, and also have some luthier tools. They also have really great finishes and unique different colors to choose from. I mean, just check out some of the stuff they have, and the quality seems really good too. So check out their site, and if you plan on purchasing anything off the website, you get 15% off if you use the code VINDUSTRIAL at checkout. And if you plan on supporting my channel, this is a great way to do it because I get a little kickback, and that helps out, especially around the holidays. I did mention they sell some luthier tools, which brings me back to this tool right here. And here's the tool. It's pretty comparable to some of the other ones on the market. But what I do like about this is it was free. It also has the 90 and the 36-degree angle. Comes with a file, and let's give it a try and see how it works. The other tool now to level the frets, I got this tool also from Guyker, and it's actually an understring leveling beam. But I'm going to use it for this. It's a 9-inch beam, and I'm going to use it for this section here. I'm going to get these frets leveled, and I want to get them so they're just at the same height as these frets here. So I'm going to mark these first probably 6 or 8 frets, including 2 of the existing ones, maybe 1 more fret. Now I'm going to level them, and what I want to do is get these level, and I don't want to see much material coming off of these 3 frets here. Before I do any leveling to these frets, I want to make sure that the board is completely flat. I'm going to keep my hand over just these 4 frets and get them level. So I'm going to go ahead and use this beam to do that. Okay, I can see I'm touching on all 4 of these frets, nothing off this. So I'm going to continue doing it this way. I could also use a file to get these started because I am taking quite a bit of material off, and it's a lot to sand, although I'm almost there. Okay, so now I've got it to a point where these frets here are just starting to get level with the existing. So I'm going to blend all these together. First thing I want to do is get this last fret leveled with its neighbors, and then I'm going to go ahead and just level all the frets at once. You can see how flat these first 1, 2, 3, 4 frets are, and then we get into the existing ones. Those are fairly flat as well. So now we're going to go and crown them and hopefully make them look fairly decent. I've already marked all the frets. I'm going to file these frets in such a way that you just see pink running down the center of the fret. So now the only thing left to do is to polish the tops of these frets up to a high grit sandpaper, and then I'll polish each individual fret, clean up the board, give it a little bit of oil, do a quick setup on it. With that, we'll call this guitar done. Well, here it is completed. Got to put the truss rod cover back on. I just set it up. Got interesting tuners. Guild tuners, open back tuners. Let's hear how it sounds. No buzzes, no flat spots. I think she's going to be really happy with this. Saved her a lot of money. Didn't have to do a neck reset. Didn't have to do a refret. Just did a partial. Lowered the bridge. Got the plane action to about 4.5 on the high and about 6/64 on the low. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next one.